Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with Jim Bros. What's your name?
Jim Bro Steph.
Jimbo Brando.
Swole Sam.
Hey, I like that.
Did you guys have any G Fuel before the podcast today?
I only take straight Z4 with no water.
Oh my god, okay.
Raw energy.
Okay.
I just deadlift 5 creatine powderfuls straight to the dome before I do anything. Creatine is my nicotine.
I feel like you guys are getting a little easy. I just snort cocaine like right before a workout.
And that's how you should do it. I think that's what doctors want you to do, but
I never thought of that.
you're doing it the right way.
Wow.
I do have nosebleeds immediately after.
That part is a side effect that they don't tell you about. They don't tell you about that.
And the
like that's
hemorrhoids from pushing too hard.
Oh,
but
really? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
just
really
And the fact that you're high.
Yeah.
that's the best feeling though, because I never feel any injury. I'm just yelling at people.
Maybe we should
Are
try
you done?
therapy.
Are you done on the bar?
Maybe we should not do that.
Is that your last set?
Maybe that's a problematic thing.
And people are like, do you want me to spot? I don't need a spotter.
No, that's not good.
I don't need a spotter.
You can't
I don't
say
need
this.
anything from you.
Yeah.
You're not Kobe.
Yeah, and then I just fall under the weight of it. So I'm like, I need more cocaine.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the thing I do miss about the gym was the whole spotting culture.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's something about a stranger's coming up to you like, hey, you need a spot? You're like, yeah, like I feel connected to you for this thing. And I'm like, I would never talk to you ever. I have no interest, but like the fact that you came over, you're like, let me spot. I'm like, and I feel good because most good spotters are like, you're doing good, man. Like they're so nice when they're doing it. And you're like, wow, that was a nice moment we just shared. And then they just leave and then that's it.
I had a spotter once. Actually, the other day. It was funny too because I talked to him before, and I was like, this dude literally looks like The Rock. Like bald head. The only thing different is he has a goatee. And his face is just a little small. He's just a little smaller altogether.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you're The Rock. Like, I was working out. I was like, he looks just like him. I'm so scared right now. I was like, do I tell him that? And then, like, I was thinking this all internally. And then he's like, you good, man? I was like, yeah.
You're just staring at him fully this whole time thinking all
Just in the mirror.
I was like, you really look like The Rock. I'm sorry. He's like, he's just a little bigger, you know. I'm going to get there one day. And I was like, I like him.
You are going to get there one day, sir.
But then I was doing like these pebble.
Yeah. Not quite The Rock, but he's a pebble.
No, he's the boulder.
Boulder.
But I was doing the set and I was really struggling. And he's like, you got it. And he helped me up for my last thing. I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I can do 5 more. And I was like, I quit. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. But that really helped things.
Yes.
And then when I left, he was just like, I was like,
He's like, that's what The Rock does.
Yeah, he does that.
he does that. He had the Aztec tattoo too. I was like, oh, that's The Rock.
I think I always make it awkward go because after that I'm like, can you be my dad? Then it gets uncomfortable and they're like, they run away. And it's uncomfortable, but hey, what are you gonna do? Don't have a father figure, so
Who
my dad, man?
Am I the asshole for telling I thought we were moving on. Sorry, I think I missed it.
I think it was just funny how fast you went into it.
That was a crazy segue.
Yeah.
Sorry, just for the podcast, there can be no dead space. So I just thought I'd cut right into it.
Justice for Sam, man.
Like a tear just streaming down my eyes. It's like, and the next story.
Like, it's fine. I'll listen. I'll give my reaction.
He's crying.
Yeah, let's hear the story then.
Oh, hey, you made it to our ad portion of the video where this video is sponsored by you and people like you on Patreon. Whatever you want to do, however you support us, even if it's just liking, subscribing, and even commenting or sharing on this video or any of our others, we really appreciate it. Also, for our audio listeners, we're now on Spotify, so make sure to check us out if you'd like to. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the video. Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend she's too old and ugly after she repeatedly asked my 19-year-old son to take off his shirt? He was getting uncomfortable. Did you listen to it? Your face was blank. So
I have heard it.
You did?
I heard the end.
Okay.
The end.
Yeah, I didn't.
What
hear
about the beginning?
I didn't hear the beginning.
So you didn't hear the main question?
No, I didn't hear the main question.
Okay.
Because he was comforting me, and that's all I could think about.
She asked if you were ready.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't ready.
Wait. Hold on. Replay the clip where you asked if you was ready.
Let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend she's too old?
It's me
No,
that's
see.
like, yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah,
ready. Read the question.
You could just tell it's just
Wait,
a
don't
clip
cut what I just said now.
Yeah, I'm going to cut it over and make it like obvious.
Show him crying. And
I'm
like,
definitely
it's gonna
ready.
be okay.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna find your dad, man.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend she's too old and ugly after she repeatedly asked my 19-year-old son to take off his shirt?
Oh.
I missed the wife's friend part.
Yeah.
So we all needed to hear
We
it.
all needed to hear it again, yeah.
Yes, you are. Don't call her ugly and old. That's not necessary, I don't think.
Let that 19-year-old live out his fantasies, man.
Wait, no.
I'm playing.
The 19-year-old was uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, she's trash for doing that, but you don't have to just be like, hey, stop asking my kid to take his shirt off, you weirdo.
So, the wife's friend,
Mm-hmm.
did they talk to the wife about it?
We don't know.
Wait, is it okay if that happens? Like your mom can pimp you out if she wants to?
No, I'm saying, like, if your friend is doing something to my friend, I'm not just gonna go straight to your friend. I'm gonna talk to you before I talk to your friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I thought you were saying if the mom says it's okay for the kid to take a shirt off, then you take your shirt off.
It's like, yeah, take your shirt off,
Yeah,
Charlie.
take your shirt off.
Let's make this
My
money.
friend asked you to. Take your shirt off.
What am I paying you for?
Paying me. Mom. So we're all ready to hear the story, right?
Yeah, I'm
Sam,
ready. I'm ready.
Brandon. I know Steph is ready because he heard it the first
He didn't
time.
hear the wife's friend either. He said
He was
that.
distracted by you guys. I'm gonna blame that on you guys.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
so it's our fault.
Oh my god.
Are we the...
Are we the asshole for not hearing the whole question at the beginning?
Yes.
In the comments, you're not the asshole. Maddie cut you off when you were asking
yes,
who
I'm
your
like,
dad.
yes. Yes, comments.
Very valid question.
Yeah, I want to see the comment section
Yeah.
about who's the asshole.
Who's the asshole? Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my wife's friend she's too old and ugly after she repeatedly asked my 19-year-old son to take off his shirt? He was getting uncomfortable. My family had a small get-together at my house. One of my wife's friends was over. She's unmarried. I think she's 45 to 47. We aren't too close to her since she lives pretty far away. She was over our house and she started complimenting my son. My son is 19. It starts off innocent, but as time goes on, it gets more and more crossing the line. We were on the deck, and she starts telling my son to take his shirt off. What's the point of going to the gym if no one will see it? My son is visibly uncomfortable and tries to shut her down. She's repeatedly asking and is getting more aggressive with it. I interject, and I'm like, hey, Kathy, I think you're a bit too old and ugly for my son. This got her upset really quickly, and she excuses herself to the bathroom and starts crying. My wife goes to comfort her, and then she later leaves. At the end of it, my wife is super angry with me for saying that, and that I should have just said, hey, Kathy, looks like you had too much to drink or something else. I told my wife that Kathy, by the way, that's not her real name, works at a corporate job and she's had training on this and that she knows better, and our son was uncomfortable. He's 18 plus, but he doesn't know how to deal with an adult, let alone someone saying that in our house. I told my wife flat out that if I was to invite a guy over and he was asked to see our daughter in a bikini, my wife would have called the police. She says it's different. I tell her that I was way kinder to Kathy than I would have been had a guy said something like that to our daughter, and after I told my wife that Kathy needs to apologize to my son before she can ever come in our house again. overall, I think I was fair. If Kathy just said it once and I said it like that, I think I'd be the asshole. But the fact was she kept repeating it, which is why I said it. And I wanted her to get the message that, yes, I'm upset. That's why I included the ugly part.
I usually skip that part.
Because that's the first thing I thought of was if it was a man saying it to a little girl, would you have the energy of like, oh, I'm like 100% you would not let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the only part I didn't like was the ugly part. I was just like, make it a joke and be like, hey, yeah, you're too old. Like I would do the too old, but the ugly is kind of. But if you were trying to say I'm pissed, you're like, hey, you are ugly too.
Was there a way she could have removed was there a way that the 19-year-old could have been removed from the situation?
I don't know, but I don't really know that would have really mattered.
That wouldn't fix anything.
She follows him wherever he goes.
To the bathroom.
Take your shirt off.
Well, from what I'm hearing in the story, it sounds like she's done it more than just that one night, right?
No, she just did it multiple times that night. Yeah.
But I thought is that what they were saying?
But they're not around that. She's not around them because she lives far away, so she's not around that often.
So they probably don't know her very well. But she said it multiple times that night. She was trying to get him to take his shirt off.
That's wild.
I understand where he was coming from, and not to say he was like in the wrong, but I think there's also like, and even if she is like, oh, a corporate person who should have gone through training for stuff like this, there's still better ways to handle things to make yourself the good guy, for sure. Because then it's gonna be, like you say, well, we're adults. Handle it like an adult rather than, well, you're ugly and old. Like I get it, but that's not gonna get your point across the best way. It's just gonna make her upset.
Yeah, because did they try to say something like, can you stop? Before that comment was made. But also that's like a jokey way to do it though. Like still try to keep it light, like
not the ugly part.
Yeah, hey, get your old ugly ass and don't listen to me again.
If you were like, oh, I think you're just a little too old for him.
Yeah,
that's different. But it's like, oh, you're too old and ugly. Like that's not
I'm still laughing. You said it with a smile. I'm like, that's funny. Because you are ugly. There's truth in it. That's
Kathy
what's funny.
laughed. Kathy laughed.
Kathy, it's funny because you're ugly. That's why it's funny.
Not the old part.
Yeah.
You're ugly.
You're ugly.
You're hideous. I don't want to see you here anymore.
It just gets all serious. Like, you're ugly. And that's why we don't like it.
And that's when she started
I want my son to be with a hot person. You're ugly.
And by the way, I didn't see anything about him saying anything before. He didn't include it, but I don't know if he said anything. I think it totally is like disrespectful what she said, because I could see if you're really upset that you're seeing that somebody's making your child clearly uncomfortable and they're a grown adult. I could see, like you're saying, you know, not necessarily being a good person, but just kind of seeing red and being like, okay, you need to see that I'm upset and that you're making my child uncomfortable and that you crossed the line. So I don't know. I don't really think they're the asshole.
It's your kid, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And like you guys are saying, if it was switched and it was a woman and a man,
people would go
so
crazy.
quick. It would have been
so simple.
It would,
but think about it too, though. If it was a woman and a man, you wouldn't be like, "Oh, you're just old and ugly for her, like too old and ugly for her." You'd be like, "Hey, bro, stop."
No, they would be pissed. I think it would get
exactly.
It would be a situation.
But you wouldn't make it a joke and saying like, "Oh, you're just too old and ugly for her to see her in a bikini." Like you wouldn't make a joke out of it. You'd be like, "Bro, like stop talking to my daughter like that."
I don't think he made it a joke.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I thought he just said you're too old and ugly.
I feel like it's a funny way to say it.
Yeah,
I don't think he said you're ugly. I think he said it as a joke.
He doesn't say that he said it as a joke.
I don't think there's a way. Well, I guess
he just said, "Hey, Kathy, I think you're a bit too old and ugly for my son." He probably said it like that, honestly.
No, I think you're saying. I think you putting that on it and saying it like that. But I think it's like, "Hey, Kathy, I think you're a little too old and ugly for her."
I guess we don't know. Yeah, you guys could be right.
I still feel like there would be a better way to just shut it down. And be like, "Yo, stop! Like, this doesn't need to happen." Rather than like, "Hey, you're too
ugly." Because this is probably more passive aggressive.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But here's the thing where maybe I'm like, get my red pill on.
Oh my God.
it can be a double standard. Like you can tell women to stop doing things that a man would do, and like you would just get shut down. But a woman's like, I'm just a girl. It's not. What's the harm in me doing it? I don't know any of that happened, but I'm like, I know that's a thing where I'm like, women are like, well, I'm a girl. What does it matter if I do it? Like, guys like this or blah blah blah, like that kind of stuff. Where it's not the same the other way around. Like
But he
the
should have
man
like
did it.
attention from women.
Exactly.
I was gonna say I wouldn't even say it's necessarily them being like, oh, it's just Kathy. It'd be like he probably likes.
Yeah.
He probably likes the attention.
Yeah, because it's not the same for girls. Like you don't say that with girls, but I'm like, guys don't get it, so I'm giving them attention.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had that. I haven't someone had repeatedly, but I'm like, I've grown up and people are like, well, you look taller, you look stronger. But they say it one time, they're not repeatedly going over. But I'm like, that's happened where older women are saying that to me. I'm like, it didn't make me feel, well, sometimes I'm like, yeah,
It's kind of like,
Yeah,
but sometimes I'm like, I don't need that.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like when an older woman sees like, no matter how old like the boy is, be like, oh, he's gonna be a little heartbreaker when he grows up.
Yeah.
But if a guy comes up to a small woman, like a little girl,
Small
like,
woman,
like
a
a little
tiny
girl.
woman. Just like,
and he's like, oh, look at this little girl, she's so cute, she's fine or something, you know, like no matter
Fine
what,
would
like
be weird.
if you say fine,
Fine,
too,
yeah.
yeah,
Whatever
you
you-
should be
That's
canceled.
crazy.
But
and I get what you're saying
that's what
because I
I'm
feel
saying.
like I've
Yeah,
seen
but
women say that to like
but you
men.
could
I'm like, oh,
say
he's gonna be
anything about like a boy. A woman could probably say just about anything. That, oh, like he's so cute, he's so adorable. Like I just want to take him and eat him up. Like you know, like no
I wanna
matter
eat
what
him.
you say, it's probably just gonna be like
Cannibalism.
as if you're saying, oh, he's cute or whatever as a
Right.
kid. But it's like no, she's like she could be saying some stuff like she wants to do things with him. You'd never know.
Yeah, I feel like there's always like a weird connotation that women have like the best interest for the child at heart,
Right.
whereas the men it's like, okay, what is this about? Why are you like talking about this child like that? Which is interesting. Because it's always
Yeah.
women are given the benefit of the doubt.
100%.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's just like a little bit of the double standard that exists.
Speaking of the top comment.
Top comment. Let's
Top
hear
comment.
it. Top comment.
Not the asshole. Double standard no more. I wouldn't let her around my boy anymore. I would be livid if a husband's friend was telling my daughter the same type of things. Somebody else said, and why is insulting her looks and age the appropriate thing instead of telling her off for sexual harassment and kicking her out?
Fair.
Wow.
And then somebody else said, because no one is interested in being nice to a pervert.
That's still bold. She had to have been drunk. If she's like
Oh, for
at
sure.
their house and the parents are there and she's like, take your shirt off. It's so aggressive. That's a crazy thing. I've heard adults say things to people who are like, oh, very weird things like, oh, you look cute or you're beautiful or like really weirdly saying it. But telling an action to have them take off their clothes is very weird to me. That's an aggressive thing.
It's like you hit the gym, but you don't show the results. Like, bro, what?
Let me see them gains.
He just
Take your
shows
shirt
a-
off.
Yeah.
Brandon just shows everybody a family photo, and you're like, not those gains. Let me
Yeah.
see your body. He's like,
He
but
brings his
this is
whole
my
family.
family. The gains.
The game.
No, I want to see your gains.
He's like, oh, okay.
So
Shows him like calf muscles.
no,
It's like, check this out.
They'd be into it.
I just show more family photos
Yeah,
instead.
just here's more of the games.
Yeah, it's my aunt. This is my aunt Juanita, the one that was really mean to say. The one that tried to. She's like, we need a family photo. Sam, can you take it?
Hey man, it's all right, man. We move on. We grow.
Yeah,
and
we grow.
We get stronger.
Yeah, we grow. We're better
every day.
and get gains.
And get
'Cause I'm
gains.
not a part of the game.
You are.
So I have to get gains because I'm not a part of them. All I can do is get gains because I'm not a part of the games. Buzz.
You my cousin though. You're my cousin.
You my cousin.
Yeah, you my
man.
cousin.
There
You
we
my
go.
cousin.
You're bringing it
Yes.
back.
Yes.
All right, now
See?
let's bring it down a little bit with
Oh.
this question.
Okay.
Oh Lord.
Am I the asshole for refusing to train with a Nazi?
Yes. Everyone has the right to be trained with, regardless of their belief system.
Let me start off by saying you're not the asshole for refusing to train with anybody. You don't have to train with anyone if you don't want to train with them.
True.
Doesn't matter who they are. But a Nazi just, I mean, no, you
Stop
can do
running
whatever
for
you want to do.
Congress.
If you don't
Stop
want to
running
hang
for
out,
Congress.
if you don't want to hang out with a Nazi, then don't hang out with a Nazi.
Okay, this is before I read this. What is BJJ?
Blowjobs, juke.
Blowjobs
What is it?
University.
What is it used?
University.
What context
No,
is
it's
it
a
used
stutter.
in?
Yeah.
Blow the job.
What's the
context
thing-
is it used
Yeah,
in?
what context?
So I practiced BJJ for a couple of years, mostly attending classes that require a GI. This means our bodies are pretty much covered. This is important.
BJJ. Google.
Yeah, I was
Google.
Which
Jiu-jitsu?
requires a
Brandon Joe John.
Something jiu-jitsu?
Brandon Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh,
but-
a gi. Oh my god, I said GI. That requires a gi. So there's
Brazilian.
jiu-jitsu.
Brazilian
Thank you.
No, there's a jerk for putting BJJ is not something.
Also known as BJJ.
But,
Yes.
But
That's
But
not a thing.
okay. Well, I guess is this a gym? No, this is my asshole thread. Like,
Yeah.
You can't
this
just
isn't even a
say
gym thread.
BJJ and be like, oh, everyone knows that.
Everybody knows what BJJ
Yeah.
is.
Oh.
They definitely won't think it's blow the
Yeah,
job.
a blowjob. A blowjob.
I practice BBL.
A stutter is in the acronym.
So I practice Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I've done it for a couple years, mostly attending classes that require a gi. This means that our bodies are pretty much covered. This is important. A new dude has joined our gym recently. I saw him in class, but did not roll with him. Last week, I attended a no-gi class, and the coach pairs me up with a new guy. New guy wears a sleeveless rash guard, lots of tattoos on both arms and legs. I look at his tattoos, and there is a big black swastika on his arm. As I look closer, there's also the SS symbol and the one that looks like thunderbolts. Some other symbols here and there as well, like the Celtic cross. I tell my coach that I want to be paired with somebody else. Coach finds me a new partner, but after class, asks me what's wrong. I tell him that the guy has lots of Nazi tattoos, and I don't roll with Nazis. Now the coach is mad at me for bringing politics into the gym. I told my coach that he is bringing politics into the gym by allowing a guy to walk around with a swastika on his arm. Some guys from the class are behind me, some are thinking I'm making a big deal out of it. Am I the asshole for refusing to roll with a Nazi? Edit for clarification, not in the US, where I come from. In Europe, there are still Nazi sympathizers, a minority but a vocal minority. Also, you can easily roll with a long sleeve rash guard. The climate here allows it, no need for no sleeves.
But it was a no-gi class.
A no-gi class?
Yeah.
That they don't have the super long robe
Yeah,
on
that's
them.
what, like, that has nothing to do with it. It was, you weren't supposed to wear it in that class, so you had to not have his gi on.
I like how you're focusing on the not big thing in the room.
That's the part that matters to me.
But I agree with him. I could see why he wouldn't want to even like interact with somebody that has those beliefs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he just likes how it looks.
Next story.
All right.
Wait, read the top comment.
I don't
Not
know.
the asshole. What kind of psychopath thinks swastikas and SS symbols are politics? Is your coach from 1930? Maybe it's time to switch to Krav Maga.
They're liberal there. Yeah, I do feel like people who get angry about that stuff, like they always do it on the most extreme thing. They're like, I hate when politics get in this, like in the middle of this. You're like, this person has like, they're wearing a KKK hat, and like they have a noose in their hand. They're like, stop bringing politics and let them buy a piece of cake if they want to. You're like, no, they're actively bad. This is like a really bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
We should just not, I don't want to be around that.
I heard his conversation coming in the door. He said he was going to hang somebody.
Yeah, he actually came from a hang. He's going to one after practice.
Off topic, you said to not serve this guy cake. I kind of want cake now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the whole the person didn't want to serve cake to a gay couple
Oh.
because it was their beliefs. They're like, I don't believe in this, so I'm gonna not serve. That's like a light thing on it. But I'm like, I get why people get mad about that, but getting mad about the Nazi guy not wanting to fight with the Nazi guy, or maybe you should fight with the Nazi guy, beat him up. And saying, this is what freedom tastes like, my guy.
This is what 13 years of BJJ looks like, my guy.
But here's the thing. What if you get whooped?
That's why you
And that's
spar
the
with
power
him.
of
You
racism,
practice with
man.
him, know his next move. And so then when you go back to whoop his
But what if you figure out you can't? What
That's
if
when
you're
you
like, I
get.
can't
That's when
take
you
the
wait
whoop?
That's
till
when
he's
you jump
alone. Exactly. You wait till he's alone. You get 4 or 5 other guys. You make sure he doesn't.
the guys that
forget
were behind with him were like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
We
yeah.
with you. And he's like, well, I got my Nazi friends too if you want to get crazy.
But the Nazi friends don't go to BJJ. So then you got the
They don't
advantage.
do BJJ. Yeah.
They don't give BJJ.
They don't have-
No, I think Nazis do BJJ.
They give each other BJJ.
I think they
No,
go
did ya?
BJJ. And they give BJJ.
Next story. Am I the asshole for telling another gym member to wear a bra?
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Wait. Let me figure out that they said it to another man.
Bro. Them titties jiggling, bro.
2 pounds short of a
Bro.
C cup.
Bro. You gotta put something on them things. We'll take a kid out with him.
Them things stinging, ain't they?
And poke somebody eye out.
You cutting diamonds with those joints?
Am I the asshole for telling another gym member to wear a bra? I, 25 female, fucking hate wearing bras. They're uncomfortable, constricting, and expensive. With work from home, I spent the last year and a half basically never wearing a bra, and I got used to it. Quite frankly, my boobs are non-existent anyway. I recently started going to the gym again and started working out braless. I should note that up until now, no one has ever pointed out anything wrong with me not wearing a bra. However, in the middle of a set of squats, yes, mid-squat, a guy comes up to me, taps me on the shoulder to get my attention, and tells me that my nipples are poking through my shirt. I get really irritated because why the fuck is this guy staring at my nipples in the first place and then stopping me mid-set to inform me? I got really annoyed and tried to finish my set, but then this fucker literally grabs the bar as I ascend and re-racks it for me. He claimed that it looked like I was having trouble with the last rep and that he had to come over to make sure I could do it. Then noticed my nipples. I was really fucking pissed off at this point and told him I didn't need his help finishing my set and why the fuck was he looking at my chest in the first place. He said he was going to spot me, but then noticed my chest and thought it'd be inappropriate. I pointed out the safety bar was set, so even if I did fail the set, he wasn't needed. But he just insisted people at the gym look out for each other and that going forward I should probably wear a bra so other people wouldn't get uncomfortable and that it may help me stay more balanced in my squats. I'm literally the only girl at the weight sections of the gym at the moment, and the other guys who were squatting in failed sets never had to worry about this shit. I've seen guys fail multiple sets in a row and no one ever rushes to their aid, but I have a very slight pause and everyone thinks I need rescuing. So I'm now really annoyed, and I also am kind of uncomfortable that this guy I've never spoken to in my life thinks he's helping me, and then he has the audacity to tell me how to dress. So I tell him, you have bigger boobs and nipples than I do. Maybe you should wear a bra so people won't get uncomfortable and you won't fail your squats. He then got really defensive, saying he was trying to help and then called me a bitch. Honestly, I'm not sure if I overreacted, but I'm still kind of pissed off, so maybe that's clouding my judgment. Am I the asshole?
The way he reacted, someone said that to me before. Someone said he had titties before, and that's why he's like, what?
So wait, you telling me this man, who's probably not apparently in the best shape, she's able to say that to him, comes over to this girl, and he's talking about hey, I can see your nipples. Hey, tapping her on the shoulder. Like what? And the fact that he tapped her on the shoulder means he came from behind. So unless she was in the mirror and he like, it doesn't, they don't add up.
Yeah.
No, that's.
See, I guess
she's a goat.
That's my privilege when I was mentioning that I like when people come up to spot me because I'm like, I'm almost 100% sure there's nothing sexual about it. It's just like a guy trying to help another guy. But yeah, when you're a girl in the gym, I feel bad for women in gyms because men are pervs and creeps.
You can't go alone.
Yeah, and like that's why when I'm in the gym or when I used to go to the gym, I'm like I would actively just not even look at a woman. I'm like I'm not going to approach her. I'm not going to do anything. Like they came here to work out. They didn't come here to like look good for someone. They came here to do their workout. So there's no need for you to go up to them for anything, really. Just like you wouldn't go up to most people. Most people are not talking to most people. You're not going up to talk to guys unless they need a spot. And if they need a spot and a new son, then you can come up to me. But otherwise, leave me alone too. Yeah, I feel bad for women. It just sucks in a gym.
Yeah, I think I do the same thing too, though, because it's like there's so many guys that are just so creepy. So it's like guilty by association almost too,
Yeah.
in a sense. So it's just like I'm not even gonna give you a chance. I be when I'm in the gym, like I be blasting the music full blast. I would just be in my own world, just like doing sets and stuff. And then like I do make gym bro friends, so I'll say what's up to them, but that's about it. Like I don't be looking around nothing. But it's like, dang, it's tough because it's like it should be easy. It should be easy for women to work out, but it's just not.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. But yeah, no, that comeback, she's the GOAT. She's crazy for that. Like that, I was like, when you got like halfway through the story, I was like, no way. Because you started talking about the guy, said, oh, so we clocked it. We got it right. Like that's actually what happened.
Yep.
Let me figure out.
I hope she said it loud too, and so everybody saw how defensive and probably red in the face he got.
He runs away, and they're like,
he runs away. People are just,
oh God, put a bra on, man. People are getting knocked.
Double D,
Triple D.
So there's an edit. I'm not sure if people think I'm walking around and it's extremely obvious my nipples are showing. I actually really hate constricting clothing. My t-shirt size is extra small, but I wear size large to the gym, and I'm pretty much everywhere else lately. You can't tell my stomach from my chest. My nipples might have been showing a little bit while squatting because I was wearing a lifting belt. I think the women that free the nipple are brave. It's never really been something I wanted to do. So for her just, going out there and doing her thing, that's good on her. But I can't imagine how annoying that would be where you're in the middle of a set, some man comes up to you to say something dumb, and then as you're trying to go back to your set, he thinks that you're struggling, and he pulls the weight from you, and you're like,
that's nuts.
that would be, I can get why she was upset by the first thing and then upset by the second thing. So of course she's going to go Super Saiyan and say what she said.
Right.
Yeah, she's not the asshole for saying that.
I feel like she's warranted for screaming. Like, bro, like that's so great. Like, what if you wanted to struggle through that and you didn't even get me the chance to do that?
I'm doing it to fail. Like I'm doing it to failure, and like you're gonna fail, and then that's it. And then you're like, okay.
Oh, that would make me so mad.
That would make me heated.
And like the fact that he was like, oh well, like I just saw, I came up behind you and saw. I was like, if you saw.
He said I was looking at your chest and then I saw your nipples. He literally said it. He said I was looking at your chest and I saw your nipples popping out, and it was really distracting to me.
But if that was really like, oh, you were actually concerned for her, be like, all right, I'll let her finish this set and be like, hey, by the way, like I saw, like you ain't gonna be like in the middle of everything, just be like Like if she, like I'm saying, if she didn't know that her nipples were showing or something like that, and he actually wanted her, like, hey, by the way, like your nipples are showing, like just in case you didn't know, you're not gonna stop her mid say like, yo, stop, like.
Well, I was gonna say I have a question for you guys. In this situation, she says she has a small chest. She's wearing a super large shirt. If you saw a woman and she was nipping out, would you even tell her?
No.
Just like what I'm telling, like I do not talk to women at gyms. I would not bring her. Like she could have every. Well,
if I know her, yes.
Well, but these are like just
Right.
normal people of the show. I don't.
If
know
I
them.
don't know her,
I'm not
then
saying
no.
nothing. Unless she was naked, like if like her actual. Because I'm like when they're saying nipples are showing, I'm just thinking her nipples are like poking up and showing.
She's got a.
She's not actually
she's got
showing
like
her
a
nipples.
fishnet top, and
Yeah,
they're literally
And there's-
poking through the.
and then
fishnet.
she knows, and then I'm still not saying anything.
Right,
I'm like,
exactly.
You're wearing a fishnet shirt. You
At
know.
that point, I might just leave the gym and be like,
Yeah.
this is wrong building.
Because the only thing I can think of, like, I would even say anything, but it's only with a guy. I'm like, hey, dude, your balls, like if they're wearing shorts and your balls, I'm like, bro, your balls showing.
Bro, they're coming out of one side of your shorts right now.
No.
Hey,
But I'm
bro,
like, I would not make any comment to any woman at a gym because I'm like, it's not my business.
Yeah.
Because there's been other stories like this where women have gotten quote unquote in trouble for what they wear, like the kind of clothes they wear. And I'm like, why are people so like adamant on controlling what they're wearing to the gym? And some guys are just tiny shorts, no shirts on, and they're not getting.
I'd tell a bro if he was nipping. That's about it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're nipping, by the way. All right.
He's like, I think the only thing I would tell, I mean, I guess if a guy like pooped his pants, I would tell him I could see the mark. But I was gonna say the only thing I would say to a woman is if like she's squatting and she can see like the blood or like she's like having her period or something. If it was something embarrassing like that, I'd be like, hey, I can see something.
Nah, I probably still.
I would never know
tell
because I
her
would never look.
Because I would. No. I would tell her because I would be.
Yeah.
I would need somebody to tell me that.
Yeah.
Don't let me squat this whole freaking 45-minute workout, and the whole time you're telling me you guys could see some stuff. That is so embarrassing. I would have to go to a different gym.
But the only way you can know is if you're looking.
Yes, but also like, I mean, people are gonna look. I feel like I don't know.
That's the thing. I'm like,
If-
I've looked.
Because-
I'm not gonna say I
because
haven't
if
looked. I'm just not.
I'm not going to say nothing.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
If I felt that strongly about it, I would either talk to somebody who's on like staff or like somebody. If it was another woman there, I'd be like, hey, yo, like I can't talk to her, but.
Well, I
help her
think
out.
that's worse because now you're
Something.
getting more
Yeah,
people
yeah,
involved.
yeah.
You're telling everybody like, "Hey, stop!" And the staff's like whispering. Like,
I think it would be respectful
see
if you waited until her set was done. You kind of went up to her. You're like, hey, by the way, just want to let you know. I think you started your, something like that.
I still think it's better coming from you than from one of
Yes.
us.
And I only
Yeah.
say this because I saw a TikTok of this lady and she was squatting and she was like, I just had a man come up to me and tell me that he could see this whole time I was squatting, that he could see that I was spotting because I started my period. And she was like, that was the most embarrassing thing ever to know that the whole time, the whole gym, if they were looking, because
Yeah.
let's be honest, people are going to look.
Yeah, people are gonna look. Yeah.
And they could see that the whole time. I don't know. I mean, if you think it's better where you're like, I'm just not gonna say anything, then that's fine. But for
Well,
me,
I think
somebody
if
was
you
having,
put that situation, yes.
yes,
Nipples,
nipples,
no.
no,
no.
because it could be a thing where it's like maybe she's freeing the nipple,
Yeah, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's family.
maybe it's hard nipple. So I don't know.
Because I know this I was going out with a girl for like 2 months for a girl I saw at the gym the previous year. Like I saw her all the time. I would never say anything to her in the gym. And then when we went on dates and we dated for like a couple of months, she was like, why didn't you say anything? Like, you said I was cute. I'm like, because I feel like that's a creep move to do anything, to try anything. Even if you're interested in someone, I just don't want to be seen as a creep. So I won't say anything.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends per woman how you approach them. But yeah, this was what he did was definitely not okay. But she got him back, so it was fine.
Yeah, she did.
And I think hopefully next week he wears a bra to the gym.
Sports
Probably
bra.
not.
Or she sees, she's
Not at
like,
that gym no
she
more.
brings one, she's like, I got it for you.
And now he's wondering why you got that size for me.
I went out just for you. Because you look like you're a C for sure. You're filling this cup.
You're a 38.
Yeah.
I know.
This might be a little too small for you, actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna have you try this on. We're gonna
I got a
see.
few different sizes.
You probably need a 40.
She's like, I think this is the right cup size, but it might not fit around
Right,
you.
exactly.
It definitely doesn't.
You're on the third hook.
Hey, my man, you heard of OnlyFans?
Because no face, no case. You could get away with some stuff.
Yes.
Just shave that chest a little bit.
You're thick. You're thick.
Amazon leggings.
That brings up a different case. Okay, this is completely different, and then we'll end on this.
Okay.
If you guys were watching OnlyFans and you were watching somebody you couldn't see their face, and they had their boobies out, they had their butt out, they were thick, and then you find out the whole time it was a guy, would you be mad? The whole time?
Wait, I purchased this
in-
OnlyFans. I didn't know that they were a guy before I purchased.
Yeah, it was like an anonymous thing, and you're like, those are some nice biddies. Those are some nice booties. And then it's like face reveal, and it's like, yo, hey ladies, hey men, that's me having my deep voice. But
I would say I wouldn't be because I've had this situation where it wasn't OnlyFans. I was walking down the street downtown a few years ago, and I saw going down the street, long hair, khaki pants. They're going to Jimmy John. They worked at Jimmy John. I'm like, that is one of the nicest butts I've ever seen in my life. Turns around and it's just a white guy with long hair. And I'm like, that doesn't change what I said. I still thought it was a nice butt. It's a nice butt. You got it banging. I didn't get mad at myself for it. I'm like, hey, it's just being appreciative of a nice butt. I wouldn't be angry if that happened to me. I feel like I'm just a bad OnlyFans person if I don't know what I just research this thing and they're out here catfishing people.
yeah, I guess.
I'd be hurt.
If I'm spending money on OnlyFans, I've made it pretty low in my life.
Oh,
Personally, for me, I don't know about y'all, but for me,
If you want to get on, you do it. Do it for yourself.
yeah.
Don't let
Sam, why are
stuff
you
shame
promoting this?
Listen,
If you want to watch someone who may be a man or maybe a woman, and you want to pay $4.99 a month for that,
oh no, I was talking about how there's just free options instead of OnlyFans. But if you want to pay for OnlyFans, go ahead.
don't pay for don't support sex workers or content creators. I don't know the message we're trying to get out there,
but it's the
I think he's
opposite of what Sam's
he's saying there's corn.
There's
Yeah.
There's corn.
there's free options to.
I'm
to
saying
do this.
support your content creators.
Do
when
what-
we start our OnlyFans, the comfort level
the only feet fans.
only feet fans that we're going to start
Well,
very soon.
to
Be
be
on the
fair,
lookout for that.
It's
Corn.
not true.
Corn has ads. If you don't have ad blocker, you're still supporting. It's just you're only supporting them with
I want to
2
support people
cents.
directly, and I want people to support us, our feet, directly when we start it in January. So be on the lookout.
Why'd
for
you
that.
why'd you wide web it like that? You wide
Wait,
webbed.
whoa! What did you invite me to just now?
Don't worry, we don't have our socks off yet.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna wait until you leave.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
you
we'll
gotta
show
pay
that.
for it if you want the socks off.
On Patreon.
Hey!
So-
Don't worry, there's none of this content on Patreon, but
Actually, I did start an OnlyFans for comfort level. I just didn't tell these guys about it. So
And it's feet.
that is
it's sometimes it's nipples.
Your nipples.
Wait, you can't say that because
Just
then
through a
someone's gonna
mesh
create an OnlyFans for this,
Oh
and they're
my
gonna
God,
make the
they
money.
totally are.
If there's any OnlyFans out there, I don't know, Maddie.
it's not us. It's not.
It's
me.
not.
But that would be flattering if someone did just use our podcast and they were making money off it.
No,
That's
No,
kinda-
it would not.
that's not.
I think it's
flattering.
cool. People are actually wanting to see us.
Okay, the people that want to see it is flattering,
Yeah.
but the people that are making money is not.
Oh yeah, I'm mad at them, but I'm like, look how many followers they got.
No.
I mean, yeah, no.
All right, everybody. That
We're coming to
was
the Comfort Level Podcast. Thanks, Steph, for being on. Jim Bro Steph.
Jim
Jim
Bro.
Brandon. Swole Sam.
Hey.
And oh wow. And I think we just ended on them just ramming into each other. No pause. See you guys next week.
Yeah.